Hello, you beautiful being. Welcome to Fairytale Sprinkles. Fairy Sam here to sprinkle my fairy dust because we need fantasy to survive reality.
I think the name of this game is survival.
Now, let's open the doorway to Faraway land. Fairy Sam here, back with another recap of A Bachelor in Paradise. Let me sprinkle some fairy dust on this week's fairy tale or fairy fact. Fairy fact goes to Riley, who had burnt a few calories so he can devour that cake. Taj closes her Paradise fairy tale book. The downward spiral started when Taj ensured that her heart can't be the only one chipped over Riley and Marissa. She tells Connor that Riley and Marissa had clof in the boom boom room.
Especially like when I slept in the boom boom. Why?
Wait, what?
Oh, why didn't you tell me that?
Trey breaks up with Taj when the women are about to give roses, and since her prince of her fairy tale Riley is not into her, Taj decides to self-eliminate. Riley and Marissa hit it off well on the date and took things to the next level. She knows she wasn't that into Trey, so she exits the show. And you can't blame her for leaving. She put herself out there and had 2 rejections, so she's over the experience. Let's see who lost their sparkle in this week's Fairy Fail. Fairy Fail goes to Marissa. Marissa had an opportunity to let Connor down gently, but chose not to do so. Marissa, not having the decency to tell Connor she found a better connection with Riley, girl, that was foul. But that was the fairy tale appetizer. Aaron took the fairy fail of the episode. Since there's no guys to trash, Aaron is trashing Tammy, the girl he's interested in. Like, wow, dude. Did Aaron forget they are being filmed and Tammy will hear what he thought about her? Yes, Tammy was wrong for straddling Thomas in front of Aaron. Granted, he's a douche, but that was a top-tier villain move. I guess she and Aaron are great for each other. They can be toxic together and no one else will have to deal with their toxic negativity and negative vibes. As for Aaron confronting Thomas, what should he have done? He was a single dude on Paradise. Thomas actually tried to tell Tammy to show a little bit of respect, but it's Bachelor in Paradise, so I guess she was overpowered by the boner to kiss an attractive person. And Aaron's double standards, nah, miss me, dude. So he can have a make-out session in front of Tammy and she should be okay with it, but when she pulls the same stunt Aaron can and does result to name calling, and then puffs up to create drama with Thomas, who one being straddled. Did we see Joe beating up his chest when Aaron kissed Serena? No, we didn't. Did Tammy call him names when Aaron kissed Serena? No, she didn't. So what is this foolery?
He does that with you and with me is already mind-blowing.
I didn't know it was going to happen, but I will say right now to your face, I'm so glad it did.
And his friends, such foolishness. Let's see who else sparkled. Here's my fairy take on the rest of the episode. Mari girl, you gotta pick a battle. Are you all trying other people or nah? No double standards. If you want to try and find a connection elsewhere, you gotta let Kenny do the same. Yes, I agree with you. Demi was a poor choice on Kenny's side, but don't worry, he will boomerang back to you. And Demi, Demi's a lot. I can't. I'll circle back to her. Murray just learned that you can't and should never tell a guy you're vibing that you want to see other people unless you are ready to have him jump into bed with someone else. Mean what you say and say what you mean. Now, Demi making out with Kenny in front of Mari, that was pure evil. Find another spot on the beach, like the pool for example. Sheesh, we get it. You want to stir things up. But the friendship betrayal and having her witness it?
I'm not backstabbing you.
Demi, sex for guys is completely different. Most of the time, we women catch feelings and have sex to further demonstrate our love, or in this case, like for someone. Men, on the other hand, sex for them, there's no feeling. It's just something to relieve some tension. Now, you done slept with him and he's still not into you. Mari had every right to be upset at Demi, her friend. And Demi was wrong. Friends before bros all day. Kenny was up for anyone who showed him interest. And we can't tell with what we've seen on the show whether he knew Mari and Demi were friends. He was given the green light and he took it. Then Demi stole Mari's birthday cake idea, so Mari decides to throw the cake in the fire. So Jasenia is also pulling the let's hook up prior to paradise card. Poor Ivan, talking about how strong his connection is with Jasenia when she and Chris are already a thing. And not the producers cutting into the Kama Sutra date as Ivan poured out his heart. It was definitely great to watch, but you gotta feel bad for Ivan. I'd rather have him find out now that she's playing him rather than when he catches the feels. Jasenia and Chris try to pretend like they don't know each other that way, and we are watching thinking, who are you trying to fool? 1, the producers have researched and found this out. 2, no one is buying this act. And 3, poor Ivan. Chris and Jasenia must have known that although they could fool the people on the beach, they probably would have nowhere to hide when this aired. It's like these preformed couples forget they will be on television for the world to see. Jasenia breaks up with Ivan with some hocus pocus reason, but we appreciate the fact that she had the talk. Ivan whisked my magic spell and sprinkled some magic on Deirdre, and she gives her rose to Ivan. That was pure delight. Also at the rose ceremony, Jason presents a necklace to Deirdre in exchange for a rose, and the gesture sends Carl off the roof. He had previously given Deirdre a bracelet, and while he was giving her the bracelet, Jason stood there watching them the whole entire time. Winding back a little bit, Joe and Serena received a date card. They addressed the pink elephant in the room, Kendall. Joe wants to leave paradise in a relationship, and so does Serena. Serena then inquires on what caused Joe to be single, and we learn that Joe and Kendall's relationship was overcome by distance. I'm thinking since Joe shared this with Serena and she's still putting more of herself into the relationship, she would be willing to move from Canada to Chicago. They decide to be an exclusive couple and end the night with some wrestling tabs. To end the episode on a high note, Bachelorette Becca arrives and the men form a queue to spend some quick quality time with her, but it is Aaron who gets her rose. And until next time, remember to dance with fairies. Bye!